What's up, everyone? Today we have a GN 360 6500 watt generator that makes no power. The owner had this at a cabin, I think he said it was, and he went to go over there. He drains the fuel out every time, puts a new fuel in and turned it on, and no power. Weird thing. What is going on here? I checked the oil, and it does have oil, so not too concerned about the engine. So I think I'm going to test it, and I have a drill that I have the handle taped up so that's always on. And this is either going to be a very quick or very long video. Quick could be just needs to be flashed. Sometimes you just have to put a little electricity inside and it will start generating. Other times it will not, and you have to go in deeper. We'll do both. Well, hopefully one. But let me put you in a stand, and we will go ahead and get this started. I'll plug in the drill, and we'll see if that cures our problem. If not, we'll do more. So let me explain the drill part again. I'm hoping what happened is it has nothing to start off with. I guess that's a way of saying it, but a drill is kind of like a generator that just runs the other way. So if you turn the drill backwards, then it will generate a little bit of electricity. It will then send that electricity into the generator, and then from there it might be able to pick it up, generate from there, continue on. That's called flashing. You can also do that with like a 12-volt battery and everything. It's just a lot harder. You might have to do that. I've had to do that 1 or 2 times, but if it's been sitting for a really long time, it's pretty common for this to happen. I'm pretty sure it ranges, but I've had to do this at least a couple times, and they are usually sitting for at least over a year. So it's not something you have to do all the time, even though the book, which oddly enough was provided. I've never had that. The book actually says you have to run it for 10 minutes every 30 days. Seems a lot, but okay. Let's give it a pull. Here's the drill. It's always going to fall on the floor, so you might as well start it on the floor. No, I did it both ways, forwards and backwards, just in case. So we definitely have a little bit more of a problem in there. So let's go ahead and dig into it. So I want to go over like a physics lesson for us, because we're going to look at this generator. I took this side with the backing off because I'm sure we're going to need to take care of something in there, or continue on. But I want to talk about physics. There's magnetism, electricity, and how they correlate with each other, and yada 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 yada. I know. But the physics I want to talk about, it's like the physics of like black holes and gravity. Let me explain. I spent a good portion of my day off, which I took off special to do this because, well, that I wanted to clean the garage a little bit, make some space, put some machines together that I purchased, and just kind of make this a more functional area for the springtime, because right now it's like February. Off topic, I know. When you do that, there's something called the garage vortex. The garage vortex basically says when space becomes available, stuff will fill it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd love it. I'm glad it happens. I'm not complaining, but it's just amazing. Literally, as I was shutting the garage door to go in for the evening, I get a call about this. It's a quad sport that needs some work. But that's my physics lesson. So what we're going to do is we're going to look in here. Maybe grab a light. What we're looking for is like anything that's obvious, that's like brown or broken or anything like that. Not really. I mean, it's definitely not clean, but it's not broken. Huh. Okay. Because if there was, you know, that would be kind of like an indication that you should probably, you know, kind of stop now and just kind of reevaluate if you want to continue. You should still do the test, but just know you're probably going to be in a world of hurt and just disappointment. And I put that as a big caution. Some manufacturers do put like a coating on the windings, and that coating can be like a darker color. I've seen it once, and that was on a big, like 8,500 watt generator. It was a dual cylinder. It was a big unit. Nothing like this. I mean, this is not small, don't get me wrong, but anyway, let's put you in the stand. We're going to take some readings. So this is a 240 generator. Okay, so that's good. This one's a little easier because there's only one plug, but you don't really know exactly how it's wired unless you're going to take it apart. The 240, it's even easier. With this plug, ground, neutral, yeah, ground, neutral, leg 1, leg 2, or leg 1, leg 2, however you want to go. So if we put a meter or part of our multimeter in neutral, and we can check each one and see what the values are. They shouldn't be very high, but if we get nothing, then we know there's a problem. But if we get something that's really high, there's a problem. So let's put you looking at the meter. So I'm just going to apologize now. The light above us, that's like the best angle. It's kind of being shadowed by the machine, so let's see what we get. So far, not very good. It's awfully dirty in there. There we go. That's actually really good. I was expecting more at 0.5. Okay. Let's try the other one. There we go. It's about the same. That's a dead short, or I guess you just see what the internal resistance is, and it's a 0, so that's good. So we know we don't have a problem. Well, potentially we don't have a problem like anything broken per se. Yeah, let's take a look at something else. So my next idea is we're going to take off the brushes. So if it's not the head, maybe it's the brushes. Could be this board. Don't know. Maybe something in here. I mean, it all looks okay. Well, looks dirty, but doesn't look like it's like not doing what it should be. Let's go ahead and take those off. Now, a lot of times you can really damage it by taking it off too quickly, so if you do use power tools, be very mindful of that. Okay, not slip rings, the brushes, they don't look too horrible at all. Not too concerned over that. Now I could be wrong. I believe this is what would be considered a bridge rectifier. It's turning, I believe, AC to DC. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99% sure. What we need to do is we need to take these two wires off, because these other two just go directly to the brushes, and see what we get. We'll put the meter on there and see what we have. So, yet again, sorry, P&W is 6'4", and this is my table that's just barely big enough, so we're gonna have to deal with a little bit of uncomfortableness. So that's why you can't really see, but basically I'm just putting one on the other one wire and one on the other wire, just making sure not to touch them, of course. One 1.5. Interesting. 1.3, 1.4. Let's just say 1.5. I did a little research just to double check, because I can't remember if this should have been like 4 ohms or should be the like 1 to 1.5 or so. They're a little bit different for everything, but this one I did a little research, and 1.5 is perfect. Actually, that's what you want to see. So next we're going to test the slip rings. Did a little research on that. That should be, anywhere around 3, 4, and 5, but ideally around 4. So we're just going to do the same thing except on those slip rings. Okay, so you can't see anything, but oops, I can't get it with the current angles I'm having to go into, so that's just a lost cause. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything back without the cover on, and with being very careful. Oh, here we go. Probably need to see this. This is positive, this side's negative. I'm going to take like a pair of jumper wires, probably alligator clips or something, put one on each, then I'm going to run it, and then I'm going to see if after I connect it to the battery, I'll have one end connected, and I'll just like briefly touch it to the other one if it starts making power. If it does start making power and continues to make power, that's good. If it doesn't, that's bad. But then if it does, we'll turn it off and we'll start it. Maybe our original flash just wasn't enough. Who knows? But that will give it like a certain jolt. I'm hoping that's all we need to do. If not, then what I would consider the bridge rectifier. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Most likely is bad. I'm going to clean up the connections before I put everything back together, including these. They've seen better days, so I'm going to clean up everything and then I'll bring you back. So it's a few days later. I had to stop, and as you can tell, I actually have more projects. Yay. But putting that aside, I had to charge a battery, which is the reason why, oh, excuse me, I kind of postponed this a little bit. So I charged the battery. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to tap the positive, and we're going to see if the drill turns on. Run. That wasn't fun. Well, we have a problem. So there's a short. Let's discuss this. So when I tapped the brushes, well, I put current to the brushes and then start the engine or start the power generation process. It didn't work. It just kind of sat there. What that does mean, however, though, is that this is a bad head. There's a short somewhere, and in fact, I kind of thought I saw a little smoking, which is pretty normal. What it's doing is it's shorting out. So when you hear the engine go under load, like it did towards the end, that means that it's drawing some type of power, and it's just frying itself more or less. That's basically what's happening right now. So, unfortunate for me, this is a bum head. Yeah. It's not really much I want to do with this. You can buy new ones, but they're really expensive, and I don't want to deal with that. I want to say it's like a good, I don't know, like at least a couple $100s. I haven't bought one personally. I just, every now and then you kind of see that. It's just, if you want to look at it, or if you're scrolling through the parts list and it gives you like the whole price, then you see it. I want to say it's like $350-ish. Don't quite remember, but yeah, this is garbage. So I think I'm going to strip it down, take the stuff I want off of it, take the motor. Unfortunately, I'm sure the motor is a tapered shaft, so can't really use it for a lot besides generators. So this is kind of a lost cause unless I find another one with the parts I need, which I might just keep. I don't know. I very well might find one with a bum engine, and then it should fit on just fine. But even then, it would have to be one just like this. So can't win them all. Sorry, it's snowing outside, so it's a little loud. But yeah, unfortunately, that was weird. My power went out for a second. That's never good. Anyway, so unfortunately, this is not going to be working, so I'm going to leave it at that. Have a good day. If you like what you see, or if you see something wrong here, maybe I'm missing something, I don't know, let me know that. But from what I can tell, it's a bad power head. Leave a comment below, subscribe, catch you on the next one. If your generator's doing this and you run that test, you see the exact same thing, you're pretty much in the same boat I am. Have a good night. Later.